This is where they make the funeral robes, the clothes people are dressed in when they're buried. As you can see by the sewing machines against the window, that this is where the shrouds and the fabric furnishings are made. The ladies who work here are always very nice to me. The music is always on, and it's always like they're having a little party. Don't get the wrong idea though, they don't let a good time interfere with the quality of their work. Make sure you have a look at the different samples when you're here. I love going through the sample books, looking at all the different colours and designs. Over the years, they've tried to come up with designs that would suit every type of person, even their skin tone. Can you guess what type of person would want a blue shroud or a claret and blue shroud? Look, you don't have to be a die-hard fan like most of the men around here to know that they cater for Birmingham City fans and Aston Villa fans. I know which one I prefer. Do you have a favourite? As with the coffin handles we saw downstairs, Numa Brothers can cater for any budget. Some of the fabrics here aren't very soft, and you can tell they won't cost that much to buy. Of course, it doesn't really matter what type of fabric you have. Everyone saves some money from the shroud not having a back. The shroud doesn't really need to have a back. The person that's going to be wearing it's going to be lying down. Well, at least I hope they're going to be lying down, and they're not going to be getting up and walking around. That reminds me of a funny story I overheard one of the young girls telling the other women at one break time. She was out in town one Saturday night, and a young man was getting quite flirty with her, asking her all sorts of questions like her family, where she lives, and what she does as a job. She thought it would be quite difficult to tell him that she sews funeral robes for a living. Eventually, when the young man asked yet again what she did for a living, she just blurted out, "I make clothes you wouldn't want to be caught dead in." The ladies often have a good giggle, even though they work in a factory that makes things for such sad occasions. They haven't lit the fires today, but usually one of the women would be toasting some bread with a toasting fork to have with her tea. They sometimes invite me to join them. They really like their tea breaks. They once went on strike because one of the directors tried to make them stick to a 10-minute tea break. I guess they couldn't get enough talking done in such a short amount of time. Just thinking about toasting bread reminds me of an incident that happened a few weeks ago. One of the ladies just got up and walked out. She didn't retire. No, she loved her job. She was 70, and she brought her husband in ever since he had a stroke. He would just sit there by the fire, toasting bread for the women at break time. Anyway, I heard she just got up and walked out. She couldn't stand all the ladies in the shroud room flirting with her husband. It's not just sewing machines up here. The hoist comes up to this floor as well, and it's a state-of-the-art, very, very sharp crimping machine they used to get the pretty scalloped edges on their designs. My pa's calling me. Sounds a bit annoyed. Gotta run. You okay to make your own way back? I'll see you again sometime.